Kenzo? Can you say hi?
Hi.
Oh, I missed it. Wasn't in focus.
You did.
Say hi. Kenny, say hi.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi.
Kenny, what's your favorite snack? Is it apples?
Papa.
And Peppa? How about apples?
Papa.
Oh. Apples. Kenny, apple. Apple.
Get those legs. I was a synchronized swimmer at one point. Yeah.
But see, the thing is, I actually thought you'd hit me. All right, we're back. Who named Kennedy? We both did.
We both did, yeah. But like, we had all these amazing boy names, and then we thought she was a boy for sure, and then she wasn't, and so we had to come up with a girl name.
We were both making lists of names,
Yeah.
and she had it on her list, and I was looking up names one day. I came home from work, and I was like, hey, I found these 2 new names. What do you think? What do you think about Kennedy? And she was like, I have that on my list. And we went from there, yeah.
And Brie was not because of the cheese, even though I love cheese. I just like spelling it that way. It's really nice.
It looks nicer.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. All right.
How did you meet?
We met at a bar.
In Winnipeg. I was on a bachelor party, and she was there with a couple friends at a random place called Rock Bar that used to be Coyotes.
Before Coyotes, it was like Chuck E. Cheese back in the day. But
Yeah.
he just flipped over for questions, and there was a picture of Harry Styles.
I like that jacket. Who would be some celebrities that you look up to fashion style-wise?
I always go to Kourtney Kardashian for like, I would say like my main one. I think her style is like classy, but has a little bit of edge and is so ultra chic. And I really love like a chic, classy style like that, because then pieces can be worn forever, and too ultra trendy just is too much for me, I find. I think her parenting and her whole lifestyle, I love Kourtney. Whenever we watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, I get so defensive for Kourtney.
You get so mad at the other characters. Like,
Well, Kim
I
and
can't take Kim anymore. I'm gonna stop watching this. I can't even watch Kim.
And then obviously like models like Kendall and like Hailey Baldwin and like those kind of people always have like new current vibes, and they can rock them really well, which not normal people can sometimes, but I get inspo from them sometimes.
I like Harry Styles' style. His new stuff's like a little too out there for me to wear. I like a lot of parts of the way Kanye used to dress. He's a little bit too athleisure for me now.
Yeah.
But like I liked his like Chelsea boot jean phase. Yeah, I'm less about like follow a one person's direction.
No.
It's like take a few things and what's going on in a moment, and like I would do this different, I would do that different, and make it your own personal style rather than like trying to emulate someone as a whole.
Yeah. Does it say send nudes on there?
Send nudes, yeah.
Need your nudes.
You can't handle our nudes.
Yeah, you can't handle.
How do you keep things spicy? I would say
Role play.
I was gonna say.
Oh no, you're not gonna tell them.
I was gonna say sriracha or cayenne pepper.
I just think like saying little nice things to each other and like making each other feel sexy. I think that's a way we could be spicy, right? It's just like complimenting each other when they look cute, and like, you know, little touches and little pinches here and there.
Where do you see yourselves in 10 years? Goals, location, kids, etc. And we also had, will you be having more kids? And we had that a bunch of times.
Well, I'm gonna let you answer the more babies question.
Okay, I'm really happy with one. I knew going in that I'd be the worst at the baby stage, like 0 to 2 sort of area. And I found stages of this very, very difficult, like mental health wise and other things. And I just feel like we're starting to come out of that, and we have just such an amazing child that I'm not feeling the need to have a second one. I'm feeling very content with our unit, and I think it's 2-on-1 for parenting and all sorts of things. And I just don't want to go back to the infant stage again. and have another 3-year cycle of that, I think that would be really hard on me. So I'm
out of
kind of good at
percentage, like 100% not wanting kids, like what would be your percentage right now?
I'm feeling very
put a number on it.
I'm in the high 90s. I'm in the mid to high 90s.
Right.
I'm leaving the possibility open that if you were like crazy beating down the door wanting another one, that I'm leaving it open, the fact that I would maybe do that for you. But like me knowing myself,
right,
I'm there. I just don't want to say no because I don't think that's fair to you.
And as for me, I always envisioned myself kind of having 2 kids, but again, once you have a kid, things change. Like you envision all you want and then things change. So the only reason I would feel like I need to have another kid is for Kennedy. Like I feel like it'd be nice for her to have a sibling possibly. I guess at this point we're just saying we're not even gonna consider it at the moment. If we have another kid, it might be in a little bit here. We're loving the stage with Kenny and I'd love to just like enjoy the stage with Kennedy, just us and her for now. To answer your question, it might just be Kennedy. It might be one more. You'll have to wait and see.
So as far as goals, 10-year goals, where do you see yourself location? I am not like a long-term goal person. I always think life has a way of figuring itself out and you kind of get to where you need to be. And when you're in a hard spot, it's like peaks and valleys. You kind of, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. And then like an opportunity pops up and it like takes you to the next, like Tarzan swinging through the jungle. And you always reaching and you catch the next vine. And in the end, you get across the jungle. You don't like that?
Okay, Ryan is an analogy person. He loves analogies, and I like could take or leave them. So
fitting analogy.
That's our life. Yeah.
Boom. Like, I have things I want to do in the short term, but I don't really want to. I want to write a book, and maybe we both want to write a book. Maybe build another business, but I don't know that. Like, I don't want to super talk about all that stuff.
Yeah, long-term goals, I would say, like I said, I don't like to make huge long-term goals. I am a big city person. I do like living in a bigger city. I'm born and raised in Winnipeg, and I really loved Winnipeg. I think we're just living life here, and we're gonna see where it takes us. At the moment, our life's in Brandon, but in the future, we really are not sure. Like maybe it would be in a bigger city. Just depends on business. So we moved here because of Ryan's business, and we definitely have some thoughts in process. I know Ryan doesn't want me to say too much, but we won't share anything yet, but we have some little goals in terms of what we might want to do in the future if we stay in Brandon.
We'll see where life takes us.
Yeah.
Ooh. What's your love language?
My first one is words of affirmation. That's something I believe so strongly in, is like telling people how you feel, because you just never know, and it always brightens people's day. So that's something that I love doing, and I also love receiving. So like I love Ryan to tell me in words what he appreciates with me, and like what I'm doing well, like I'm a good doggy, and like, you know,
good job, sweetie.
I wouldn't like that, but like yeah, I think
mine is acts of service and then physical touch.
And mine was physical touch too, which was interesting. But I am a very like touchy person that way, where I'm like,
you're like, when I come to give you a hug, you're kind of like look away and like.
That's what I'm mad.
Yeah, that's all. Okay. If you could go back in time and change one thing about your life, what would you change? I would have explored my creative side earlier. I wish I learned to like play music and do these things. I always thought because I couldn't draw that I wouldn't be able to do anything creative, and I think that's just ridiculous. Like you can learn to do anything. I think for me it's just like having more confidence, like just knowing that, like, you know, I think confidence really took out a lot of the joy in my life growing up. Like I was always worried about what I looked like, or if I was sitting on the couch at a party, was my belly a certain way, or like you just don't get to enjoy the moment because you're lacking confidence. And I wish that would be the one thing that, like, going back in time, I would love to enjoy a few more of those moments. Just being confident and knowing that we all have these things, and like just to enjoy the moment rather than worrying about stuff. Do you feel the pressure of social media as a parent? I don't know. I don't. You know, where I did, where I don't feel a lot of social media pressure, I'd say. Like I'm really aware that it's like a highlight reel. I try to be very aware of that. But with co-sleeping, I actually really did, because a lot of my friends didn't co-sleep and they never made me feel bad about it. But just
what's around you is what makes you feel is normal or right. And so on social media, you would see people putting their kid into their crib and she'd be napping or sleeping throughout the night, or everyone talks about those things, right? And mine wasn't doing that, and we weren't doing that, and I didn't want to do that, but it made me question whether it was the right thing to do, for sure.
I would say
and also something that fixed that story was as soon as I started talking about me co-sleeping and hearing that more people were co-sleeping and more people were doing these things, completely alleviated that feeling of worry.
That's what I like about your Instagram stuff, is that you are like real about that stuff, and I like going through your comments and reading other people be like, yeah, I like that too, I like that too, and it kind of sometimes makes me feel good.
That's I always say when I do these posts on Instagram, like these real talk posts, half of it is therapeutic for myself, and the other half is hoping that people can relate and find a safe place for themselves as well.
Well, I had fun doing this. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun.
It was kind of fun.
Yeah. So if you're still watching, thanks for watching. Maybe we'll do something like this again sometime. Either way, it was super fun.
Let us know. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. That feels bad too. I don't know. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for tuning in.
Why the intros and the outros are always so hard. I don't know why.
Yeah, they're trouble. Okay. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
In the middle. We gotta be in the middle.
No.
Compromising. Compromise. I think I actually did it.
Of course.